With the NFL Scouting Combine, the College All-Star Games, and the NFL Draft on the horizon, excitement is building for the potential stars to enter the league. Players like Kyler Murray, Quinnen Williams, Josh Allen, and Greedy Williams are drawing interest for their successful college careers and potential playmaking ability. Unfortunately, not all draft picks work out as hoped, as evidenced by Johnny Manziel, Vernon Gholston, and Troy Williamson. It's impossible to find quality players at every position, and many teams simply struggle to identify talent. Just take a look at the 2014 NFL Draft. There were plenty of stars in the first round that are still making contributions for their teams, such as Aaron Donald of the Rams, Dee Ford of the Chiefs, and Jake Matthews of the Falcons. However, there are even more that did not last with the franchise that drafted them. Sammy Watkins was the first wide receiver off the board, but he only spent 3 seasons with the Bills before heading to Los Angeles for 1 season. Now he plays for the Kansas City Chiefs. Kelvin Benjamin, the Panthers' first-round pick, spent 3 seasons in Carolina before being shipped off to Buffalo. He spent nearly 2 minutes with the Bills before joining Watkins in Kansas City. Cornerback Justin Gilbert, the 8th overall pick, last 2 seasons with the Browns before being traded to the Steelers. Gilbert was with Pittsburgh for 12 games in 2016 but found himself out of the league after being suspended for the entire 2017 season. He is without a team and is unlikely to make a return to the NFL anytime soon. While there are countless stories from this draft that showcase how truly hard it is to find talent, there is one team that had a solid haul that nearly reached historic status. That team is the Oakland Raiders. Back in 2014, the Silver and Black added multiple key players while avoiding some of the pitfalls. Unfortunately, not all of these players stuck around in Oakland, but they are still in the league making plays for other teams. Obviously, this draft class will be forever marked by Khalil Mack after the Raiders drafted him 5th overall, and he turned into an absolute superstar, only to have John Gruden trade him away to the Chicago Bears before the 2018 season. Still, it's impossible to mention how impressive this draft class is without bringing Mack into the conversation. In his Raiders career, the former Buffalo standout won Defensive Player of the Year 2016, was named to the Pro Bowl 3 consecutive seasons 2015 to 2017, and was named first-team All-Pro in both 2015 and 2016. That still counts as a win for this Raiders team even though Mack is now making plays for the Bears. Next up is Derek Carr, the much-maligned quarterback of the Raiders who has been the best member of his draft class. While players like Johnny Manziel, Teddy Bridgewater, and Blake Bortles received more attention and were picked in the first round, Carr was slightly under the radar. He fell to the second round, which is where Oakland picked him with the 36th overall pick. Since joining the Raiders, the former Fresno State quarterback has led his team to a 12-4 record and an appearance in the playoffs and been named to the Pro Bowl 3 separate times, 2015 to 2017. Carr has also reached 18,739 passing yards in his career, which is a mere 339 yards shy of tying Ken Stabler's franchise record. He may receive some hate from portions of the Raiders fanbase, but Carr has proven himself to be even better than the front office hoped when they picked him back in 2014. Derek Carr on his YouTube stream, "To all you haters, I'm sorry. But I'm here until I'm not." Matt Schneidman, at Matt Schneidman, January 17, 2019. Gabe Jackson, who the Raiders drafted with their 3rd-round pick, 81st overall, has turned into a quality starter for this offensive line. Jackson has started 72 of his 73 games played in the NFL, anchoring one of the more underrated offensive lines. According to Pro Football Focus, his 2018 grade of 69.2 makes him the 15th best guard in the league. He was also named to PFF's Team of the Week following a victory over the Arizona Cardinals in which he allowed 0 pressures on 35 pass-blocking snaps. Justin Ellis, the Raiders' 4th-round pick, 107th overall, has turned into a quality part-time starter in his 5 seasons, tallying 119 combined tackles, 0.5 sack, and 2 passes defensed. Unfortunately, an injury in the season opener against the Rams landed him on injured reserve for a large portion of the season. He finished with 7 combined tackles in 6 total games, which was disappointing considering that he was slated to be a big part of Paul Guenther's defense. However, as videos on the Raiders' Twitter account show, Ellis is a big part of the team's future, especially with the move to Las Vegas on the horizon. Keith McGill, a 4th-round pick, 116th overall, came to the Raiders after a solid end to his career at Utah after recovering from a lingering shoulder injury. He was drafted by Oakland as a cornerback to bolster the pass defense, but his career was spent alternating between both corner and safety. McGill only lasted 4 seasons with the team, playing in 52 games and starting 3. He tallied 40 combined tackles and 2 passes defense during his Raiders tenure. McGill is currently a free agent without any prospects of re-entering the league. The first of the Raiders' 7th-round picks, 219th overall, cornerback T.J. Carey spent his first 4 seasons in the silver and black, contributing in numerous ways. He played in 60 of his possible 64 games, starting 37, including every game of the 2017 season. During this span, he racked up 205 combined tackles, 30 passes defensed, 3 interceptions, and 3 forced fumbles. During his final season with Oakland, Carey was ranked 21st in the NFL by Pro Football Focus with a grade of 84.3. This production and high grade led to the Browns giving him a 4-year, $31 million contract before the 2018 season. Shelby Harris, the Raiders' 7th-round pick 235th overall, was more of a question mark heading into the 2014 NFL Draft due to some off-the-field issues, but Oakland still took a chance on him. In his first 2 seasons with the Silver and Black, Harris appeared in 8 games, tallying 14 combined tackles and 1 sack. However, the Raiders released him following the 2015 season, and he headed to the Denver Broncos. In his 2 seasons with Denver, Harris has been far more productive, playing in 32 games and starting 6. He has tallied 73 combined tackles, 7 sacks, and 7 passes defensed. He turned into a solid player, just not with the team that drafted him. Another player with character concerns, cornerback Jonathan Dowling, was a 7th-round pick 247 after Harris. His stint in the Bay Area, however, was far shorter as he only appeared in 7 games as a rookie, tallying 4 tackles. The Raiders released Dowling, and he headed to Miami in 2015 but did not appear in any games. He later signed with the Bills practice squad but was placed on injured reserve with a torn ACL. Dowling is now a member of the CFL team, the Toronto Argonauts. 5 seasons later, the Raiders' 2014 draft class is looking fairly impressive. Yes, the losses of Mack, Harris, and Dowling keep this from being one of the best in franchise history, but getting 4 solid seasons of production from T.J. Carey boosts the back end. Of course, the play of Carr, Jackson, and Ellis show that this front office had a solid ability to find talent. Although the 2014 NFL Draft was run by General Manager Reggie McKenzie. Considering the success in 2014, the new decision-makers in John Gruden and General Manager Mike Mayock will have to find some truly talented players in the 2018 NFL Draft. Fortunately, they have 3 opportunities in the first round alone.